Evening, guys. Just getting in, getting sorted. Tonight we have a Spa 2.4 hour event lead up. So it's practice session, an open track session, a couple of sprints. We have an event on the 5th of August. Friday the 5th of August will be the Spa 2.4 hour invitational. What does invitational mean? It means that we're actually opening up the register to outside members of the ACC community. So whether it's Ruse, whether it's KRL, whether it's OSA, you know, we've got a community around us, and lots of guys race in different leagues, and we want to bring it all together and hold the biggest event in Australia for PS5. And we're hoping that this is a good crack at it, at least. We can now hold 30 cars on track. We now have a server capacity of that, so we'd love to see 30 cars racing on August the 5th. And I reckon we've got the hype and the interest to do so. It'll be a 2 hour and 24 minute race, which is going to be absolutely bonkers. So that will be at a 10 times multiply. 2 hours 24 minutes times 10 gives us our 24-hour cycle. The race will start at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We'll race into the night. We'll race through the night into the sunrise, and finish up the following afternoon. There's going to be full weather. Tonight's racing is dry, but there will be full weather cycle, full 24-hour cycle. It's going to get warm in the afternoon and cold at night. It's going to be full on. There's no pit requirements. You have to work out how to manage your fuel, manage your tyres, manage your temperatures, what you're going into. But it'll all come down to the VOP settings of the car that you choose, whether it's got good fuel mileage, whether it's got good tyre life, whether your driving style, all those sort of things. And then of course, what setup do you run? And that's what I want to talk about tonight. I can't tell you what to do, but I can certainly make some suggestions that could really help you. How to sort of process how to go into it. I think I know how I'm going to approach tonight, because I know from the practice server that it is going to be really wet. It's not going to go beyond wet, it's not going to go flooded, but these are actually previously saved setups here on the screen, but you can see here these two setups here. These are the Coach Dave low downforce and high downforce wet, whereas that's the Coach Dave RO2, which is the dry setup that I always use with the Ferrari. So what I'm going to do, at least tonight, and I'll probably get on track shortly, is I'm going to take this low downforce medium wet setup, and I'm going to apply some dry setup applications into it, whether it's tyres, ABS, traction control, brake bias, and I'm going to try and race it tonight in the dry. But of course it's a wet setup, so when we come to the big event and it does start to rain, because it will, or at least I expect it to, I want to be consistent as well, and I'm pretty sure I can hustle a wet setup pretty well in the dry. So I'll just take you through that quickly. So I'm running zero toe, low camber, 2.5 on the front, and I'm going to run 2 flat on the rear, so get good drive out of the corners. Alright, so that's pretty much, apart from the pressures there, that is the Coach Dave wet low downforce setup. The cambers are actually 2.0 in the file, I just had them saved wrong. But then I'm applying all my dry setup, traction control and ABS, so that's what I would run in a standard dry race if I really wanted to be competitive with Ferrari. I'll be running number 2 brake pads, which are the best for endurance for a race of this length, but they can also be used in up to wet conditions. You only need to use pad 3 if it's a flooded track, and we're not expecting flooded. So 2 is the way to go. For qualifying on a dry track, you'd be using 1, but they simply won't be adequate to last the full 2.4. So get on to type 2, and that'll last you for the race. I've entered brake bias as my dry setup brake bias. Okay, and I'm keeping my steer ratio a little bit open. I've opened it to 15 because a higher, more open steering ratio is better for wet driving. It's a smoother entry, you're not getting so twitchy. So I'm opening up that one. Never touch dampers. Coach Dave does too good for that, and we don't get Motec. And then all I've done here is I've just reduced my brake ducts because it is going to get really cold. It is going to get down to 15 or 16 degrees in the middle of the night. But also you've got a pretty long straight here, and you need some brakes at the end of that kitten straight. Spa typically doesn't have high brake temperatures, only a few crucial points, and by that time the temperature's dissipated. So it's quite good to run quite low brake ducts to make sure you've got at least some brake power in the middle of the night. So that's what I'm going to have a crack with at least tonight for a couple of the races, and we'll see how we go. Let's get up track and have a bit of a feel for it. Get rid of these hands. So yeah, it's definitely compromising some of my pace. I just want to understand how much pace. I raced here with KRL the other week, and although I know I can do a low 18 like hot lap, realistically my pace is like a 2:18.5 with my full drive setup and reasonably low fuel, sort of 18.5. Whereas here I think this wet setup's going to be in the 19s. But I'm not seeking that outright lap time. I'm seeking consistency, making sure I last the full race with no damage, because that, you know, one trip to the wall will take away any sort of gain that I'll be getting per lap, whether it's a couple of tenths or half a second. No one wants to go to the pits for you know, a 3-minute repair on your car. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wet setup, and over the month I might tweak it a little bit just to see if I can get a little bit. It's just a matter of running it in the wet and making sure that I'm absolutely rock solid, just smash out the laps.
Ja, auf Energiesektor.
Managed to get 16 guys on tonight, which is a good little crack. Fairly casual night, as mentioned before, so just good to get on, finish up the week with our Super Friday nights racing. Friday Super Nights, I should say. It's still new for us. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue yet. It will do when we do a few more weeks. once I get a feel for it, maybe I'll talk about the track, what I try and do around the track. Some of you guys are struggling with Spa. Maybe I can give a few tips just to do it. So this is where the low camber doesn't quite work, when you really push the tyre. You've got to manage it. Probably could have put my fuel down a little bit. I don't think I'll need 60 litres for a 20-minute race. It should be about 40. Maybe later on I'll check on my dry setup. Maybe for the last race I might do a dry setup, and then I get a really good sort of comparison on lap times. See what I'm sacrificing really.
This has been your personal best.
They do better than that.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag, be careful. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Get into the 19 for sure.
Be careful.
Definitely got a little bump then. It's something that made it skip. That might be invalidate, no? Not quite. what have I seen in the way of temps? So I reckon it's about 24 degrees at about 4 o'clock. I've seen 25 for the noon, so I reckon it's going to be pretty stable during the day. It's going to be sort of between 22 and 25 during the day. And then, yeah, about midnight to 3 o'clock, it was like 16 degrees. It did go down to 15, but well, that was when the rain came, so I don't know if it's going to get that cold unless the weather hits, if you know what I mean. Validated this lap. It says 219. Probably fuel more than anything. Massively heavy in fuel, but that's alright. Let's do a lap. Talk about it. So, see this white marker board on the grass here? I don't use that, but just after it there's a brown bit of grass. And it's before the 50 metre board. I use that one. So you look at the grass, I don't use the board. Make sure you get through it. So I hug the wall. I do aim for the left-hand side grey concrete, and I do give it a little blip just to that, but always power down before you go up the hill so you get your downforce. I do sometimes look at the trees in the horizon when going up the hill, and that helps with where I'm aiming. Now if you look at the white line coming up, it's before the 100. The white line, there's a slight change in brightness of the white in the paint. At night you can see it really well. So watch the white line there coming into that braking zone. So once again, there's a brown bit of grass right now. So it's before the curb on the left hand side. There's a bit of brown dirt mark on the grass. Coming over here, and you do change up just to help it flow. Now the right hand side, I'm using the first red Marshall's gate on the fence now. The shocking lap because I'm talking and concentrating on telling you guys where the brake markers are. Once again, I'm looking at the grass and it's before the gate. So brown patch of grass on the left hand side. There's some tyre marks on the curb here that I use to know when I can put the throttle down. I use the yellow striped barrier on the outside on the left hand side. Really important to come right out over on the curb here. To open up the corner, otherwise you can't get through it flat. Always flat through Blanchemont. Get out nice and wide. Steering. I brake right on the white line here, and I do use a bit of angle, which increases your braking distance. Over the line. Now for shits and giggles, I'm just going to try and go flat through Eau Rouge. I'm a big fan of a little blip, just to help the turner. I always like to see how different it is if I do it. Oh, that's interesting, that time has come up already. Let's see. I just don't get the turner. It's just my style of taking the corner. I don't know. Just not for me. Anyway. So temp is now, so it's what, 9:30 in the morning, and it's already 23 degrees. So between now, 9:30 in the morning, all the way through to like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's only like 2 or 3 degrees difference. So it's actually pretty stable through the best part of 8 hours. So a third of the cycle. So you could go a pit stop for this final stint and know that your tyres will be in the window and you'll have pretty good pace. It's just managing all the other transitional parts of the weather cycle, really. The timing cycle, I mean to say. If you've got any questions and you are watching the stream, definitely jump into live chat on YouTube. And if you're watching this post-event as well, definitely chuck in some questions in the comments because I'm happy to answer them.
Green light, go, go, go.
Alright, what am I going to do for quali? I don't want to just set a... I want to be sort of in the pack because I want to feel like there's cars around me and there's pressure. So I am going to stay 25, so it's a little bit hotter. So I'll come down to... because we were at 23, now we're at 25, so we come down 2 degrees. Fuel, not going to need much more than about 15. Well, let's just see what we can get out of it. Bozza, Neil, all the big guns are here. So we've got joining us for tonight's racing. We've got Burradog and the 66 Bentley. He's come across from Ruse. Definitely races like KRL and stuff as well. And Binger. Binger's with us tonight. I've raced with Binger at OSA, at KRL before. He gets around, great driver, both of them are actually. And so that's the whole invitational type thing. We're definitely going to have some other boys. I'm expecting Wilco from KRL. We might get Figo across. There could be some others in the works. We've just got to see how much space we've got in the server, and we'll know once registration's open on 5th of July. That was close, really close to invalidating. So I definitely take 2 laps to bring my tyres up. another one. Neil's dropped off behind me. Maybe he went off at Eau Rouge. So close to invalidating there as well.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
Missed the turn in for that one.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I'm gonna go wide here. Go one more. I might not have enough fuel for another one. Oh well. I'm happy to start there. Let's see. I reckon I might run out. Nah, I don't have enough fuel. I'm happy just to start. I'll start there. I'll start there. That'll suit me. Let's see. Run's gone. 19.4 for Borough. Joper's here. Not setting a lap. He's out on track though. He's on the beamer. Jopa into 7th. So Whipper's staying in the McLaren. Wings is trying out the Ferrari. Looks like he's got a good handle on it. Andy's out of the Porsche and back into the Bentley. I think he was in the Bentley last season. Ooh, Andy just went fastest. 19.1. Sean's staying in the Ferrari. Good choice around here, I reckon. Binger's in the Audi. Neil's Bentley. James is in the BMW. Lasso Ferrari. Andrew Lambo as always. Ledwidge McLaren as always. Dylan BMW. Todd Bentley. And Dave. Now Dave's an interesting one. He is not in the M6. That there is the dash. He is in the dashboard of the M6, not the M4, I should say. So he's going for consistency as well. Obviously tonight's a test. You're not bound by whatever you enter with tonight, but he said he's going to have a crack with the older BMW because it does go well around here. Big engine. Let's see what Wings is up to. Sorry, just looking at my kid on the baby monitor, making sure she was asleep. Always driving with one eye on the monitor. All Joker's up in the 3rd, good lap. So what's that, a 19.4? Tidy. So can Wings improve? It was a 0.6. Yes, he can. He went another 2/10 quicker up into 4th place. Well done, Andy. 19.1. Tidy lap around Spa. So everyone set a lap. I see Neil. Neil joined in the BMW, but then shifted to the Bentley. Yep, smart move. Good looking Fezzer. Looks good with the yellow actually, I like that. Very nice. Alright, so it's 24 degrees. What do I want to do? I want to do 40 litres. So, come up one. Optimum track, which is good to see. I'm going to stay front brakes too. I just want to... I'm not going to be as fast as everyone else. But I just want to put myself under a bit of pressure. And just see how we go. We've got 3 races. Let's just throw ourselves in the deep end with a wet setup on a dry track. At least it's stable. It's stable. It's not far off. And we'll see what we can do with it. Because that's the position I'm going to be in come August. And I'm thinking second race because it's 11 o'clock at night. That's probably still within the first stint of the actual race. So I'm going to be on severely deflated tyres. So I think I'm going to go into that race, even though it's a cooler server. I think I'm going to go in with the same tyre pressures as what I've got right now. and run them, a little bit blue, and see how much grip I get. So that'll also severely affect my ability for pace. But I also feel that's what tonight is about. It's not about just trying to be the fastest with the perfect setup. It's about adapting with what you've got and seeing if you've got a setup that sort of can run at all conditions. So what do we got? We got Whipper next to me, Leo in front, Wings, Jopa, Andy, Burra at the front. We got Sean and Binger behind me. It's a good golf racing Audi.
Going double five.
And then Neil in the gold BMW. Outside line into Arouge.
Green light, give it all you got.
Oh, a few drive-throughs there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
How many drive-throughs are there? I think there's 4. Line, Leo. Josh was parked in my boot. Nice one, Jopa. Whippers pitted. Good racing, boys. This is cool. Will he go left? Yes, he does. Woo. That's so good going to the braking zone that close. Seriously impressive. The three of us were that close, all hitting the brakes.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Good little pack going on here. This is such good running, Leo. This is so good. I gave him some track tips early in the week and he's driving so well. It's awesome to see.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Gaining on the driver ahead in sector 3. Well done, mate. Personal fastest now. Car on the right.
Oh. No way. No way, what's gonna happen?
Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
And he disqualified himself. I wonder if he can race the rest of the races. I've never seen that before. Or never been in that situation to really know. He might not be allowed. Alright, Burrow Dogs 219.6.
There's a slow car up ahead. We are halfway through, not over yet. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Be a little bit aggressive through there. Burrow with the
Well, the main
21 flat. All zeros. Probably a little bit late on the brakes there.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
18s of the setup, which I'm happy about. I'm actually really happy with the setup, even though it's a wet setup.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
Woo! 18.5.
Leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can. Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
Oh, what have I done? Oh, that was scary. And it just goes to show, all the practice in the world and Eau Rouge can just kill you in an instant.
in sector 2.
Oh, he's gone wide. That's probably a train cut. Not having the greatest last lap. Oh well, I've driven this car pretty hard. I want to see my tyres after this. Well done, Barrett.
Leader has finished the race. Excellent job, mate. P2. Bring it back to the pit safely.
That was good. Wings, third. James. So, a bit of a bunch back. Look like a few little battle packs going on there. I wonder if Andy stays. So, wear-wise, so I want to talk about this. So, I'm looking up in these 2.8, 2.8, 2.7. So, definitely getting a little bit of wear on the inside, which is to be expected. My rears are nice and flat, so pretty even. And then a little bit more wear on the inside, but it's pretty good for 20 minutes. Means I can do a nice long stint and not burn them up. And looking also at temperatures, because sometimes you can really burn them when you muck around with the camber. But there's only a 5-degree difference looking at the OMI, which is outer, middle, inner. OMI top left is 72, 74, 77, so there's only a range of 5 degrees there. On the top right, there's only 5 degrees difference there. Bottom right, 5 degrees. Yeah, so 5 degrees difference in all of them. And what you're looking for is a 9-degree difference in the top and a 6-degree difference in the rear. Nothing more than that. Anything under that is perfectly fine. But if you say had an 11-degree difference on one of your tyres, your camber is incorrect. So I'm dialed in for dry, I reckon. Just gonna do that. That was good. But yeah, well done. It's a good first race. I really hope Andy can run. I don't know if he can. He can. Good. And it's 18 degrees. Okay. I'm just gonna run same pressures. Night race. Turn off my lights. Check. Got any questions or anything? Hey Craig, you put a comment in there with a wave. Cloakade in the Ferrari, I like it. Yeah, Ferrari's dominant. No, Baradog's asking if he's lagging. No lag, mate. You're all good. Steady as. So yeah, Craig, if you're still watching and got any questions for the lead up, chuck them in here and I'll ask them, or anyone else. 40 litres was all good. And yeah, I'm going to run severely under pressured tyres as a bit of a test this time. So, just see how my car handles. And there will be times in this race that other people around you will be on a better tyre pressure strategy, so to speak. But they then will be slower at other times in the server where it might fall in your favour. I reckon all these DTs are because everyone's so used to the full formation lap, and it's the short formation that's catching them out. But I did mention it in the driver briefing. So, yeah. Jopa, you might want to be back, mate.
Green light, give it all you can.
Oh, that's asking for trouble, Jopa.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Leo's got to run. Brilliant work. Alright, I'm going to have to be careful here.
Car on the right.
Oh,
Clear on the right.
someone missed their braking point. I think it was Sean. Where's Leo gone? Oh, did Leo get booted? Come on. So unfair. Yeah, so car's definitely harder to handle. Just going to see what it does at 18. See how worn my tyres get in comparison. Just not going to have the same front end grip. Oh, I really don't. I think my tyres are going to be kicking around the 27.0 mark. The way I have pressures. Still drivable. I think once I've sort of got the tyres sealing, sort of bedded in a bit, second lap. It's definitely grip. Feels spongy. And so the server's going to go another 2 degrees colder than this. So my tyres at that level. But to be honest, I reckon I'll probably run them a little bit over in the hottest of sessions. I think we'll be on the grid for a little while, which is obviously the time multiply as well, and then full formation lap. So chances are it won't be anything hotter than say 24 degrees for the race start at a guess. So yeah, I might run them a little bit higher in PSI. So this should be about how they'll feel even in the coldest of nights, I reckon. If anyone doesn't understand what I'm talking about, please message me. So I reckon I've got my head around it. But happy to share the info for anyone. Jope is probably wondering what's going on with Jim. Where's his pace gone? Why is he only doing 2-minute 20s? I've got no grip brake. So that's going to be the big worry. Doing the whole track limit thing for 2 hours and 24 minutes. You just don't even want to get one. Because then your confidence is just wrecked for the whole race. Oh, too much curb. Oh! Whew. Oh. I think because the tyre pressures are so much lower. Well, I'm definitely not going to be getting an accurate read on my tyre wear now. That was pretty good. Hey, my tyre pressures are up. Let's go. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. This is harder than I thought. Whip is hungry. To be fair though, if I'm, midnight into the race, everyone else will be as well with warm tyres. Everyone else is on quali level grip right now, so I suppose it's not a fair indication. Wonder if Leo's going to come back. Mate, I love it if you could come back for the last race, but of course he's only going to be at the back of the field anyway. He'll be punching holes in the wall right now. He's disconnected from almost every Cerberus race for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I've had my fair share, but I reckon he's had it even worse. do the high speed stuff. Just blows out. Lasso's in the pits. Must have had a Barney. Really strange place to lose it there. I'd be interested to find out what happened. You don't see guys spin it, no name. So if anyone's wondering why my pressures are so low, I'm deliberately doing a race with them low to get a feel for it, to see whether I can race at this time of night on, say, starting tyre pressures that would be suitable for 24 degrees in an afternoon, and just see whether you can manage them that low. I think if I was really concentrating, the answer is yes, but the chance of mistakes is higher, definitely. It's actually matching their lap times ahead, funnily enough. Much harder through Eau Rouge. Probably the worst corner for this setup. Downhill, lots of pressure on the fronts, and the
yellow flag in sector 1.
The fronts just don't like it after the Kimmel Straight. They don't start warming up till about halfway through this corner. Maybe the next time around we'll talk through another lap, seeing I've got a little bit of space around me. So I'm braking just before the 50 metre board. That's the 100. That's the 50 metres. with ideal tyre pressures you would brake at that point. So I'm hugging the right hand concrete wall. I'm looking for the light concrete inside curb. I do a slight lift and I just brush the curb. Like that. It's a real feel thing. It's probably not the best time to be talking about the track when you got subpar pressures. Next time down the straight, see if you can spot on the Kemmel straight the white line. There's like a brighter section on the white line when you look down it. Where it goes bright is my brake marker. There's also a brown patch of grass there and the daylight, which helps. And if you spot the brown patch of grass, you can then relate to where you need a brake for your car. I think I could do with just a little bit more pressure for throughout the night. So I'm going to work out how to keep my tyres cooler for the opening stint. So from the green light, my tyres will be probably over 28 psi. Just got to work out how quickly those temps drop to see whether I can run them higher. And then maybe second stint, that's of course if it doesn't rain, second stint, I'll look at having lower pressures because I will have got through the night by then. Oh, wings is back on. Ah, there I was thinking it disconnected. Maybe he just had it off. Bloody happy about that. Last thing I want to see is you have another disconnect, so sorry you had an off, mate, but I'm glad it's not a disconnect. Yeah, overall a successful night of just putting the car under pressure in different ways. Just not an outright perfect setup, and it's still pretty racy. I really think the Ferrari's a great car. Other cars I'd suggest looking at: McLaren, the Audi, the Bentley for sure if you're wanting the front engine, AMG and Bentley. McLaren, Ferrari, maybe the Audi. Audi is very clicky, whether people like it or not, but if the Audi suits you, it is a rapid car. Now with the BMW M4, you're losing out a bit on the straights. You can only get to 259 kilometres on the straight, whereas I think I'm up around the 270. We'll look next time around. But you're also getting close to 5 litres per lap fuel usage, whereas I'm under 4. I'm like 390. So it's an extra litre per lap. You might do a 30 odd lap stint. So you're going to do like 10 laps or 8 laps less.
Warning for exceeding track
in a
limits.
stint. So yeah, let's see what speed I get. So BMW will be at top speed now. Okay, it's about 5 more. Not that much. It is rapid in the second sector, sort of from this point onwards, down through all this stuff. It is really, really nice. Certainly faster than the Ferrari through the middle sector. So you can still set a good lap time. You just leave yourself exposed on the straights, and of course on the straights is where you get past. We'll still have a look at the wear, I suppose. Very much 2-minute 20s. I think I was looking at a high 19s, these pressures, but also making lots of mistakes, so it'll be full focus on the night of the event though. The leader has finished the race.
The leader has finished the race.
Well done, Steve Baradog, and well done, Andy.
Excellent job, mate. P3, we're on the podium. Now bring it back home safely.
So let's have a look. Set up. So graining is a big issue. Once you get your tyres out of the operating window, it really gets you. Long day at work for Craig. Glad you're sitting back and just chilling now, mate. I reckon we'll make this next one fun though. I've done my hard yards, I've done my research. I know that I probably need to run slightly higher pressures to stop that graining. But I think the next race I'll go my dry setup and have a crack at the win. Give those boys at the front something to worry about. But yeah, so I think, what's that? That was 26.5. So that was set to 24 degrees. Optimum temperature for those tyres, and yet we were rocking around in 17. Yeah, so big difference. Like 7 degrees difference. I was running them. I think I need to go a little bit higher. Hopefully I'll watch this back, or I'll write a note on my whiteboard now. Go higher. Pitch it a bit higher. I'll suffer at the start of the race with slightly over pressurized tyres, but then I'll be right for later on. Alright, so enough's enough. Check my kids aren't moving too much. She is moving. Enough's enough. 19 degrees. Let's have some fun with. Let's get rid of this wet setup. So I have a race set up here, 21. We're 19 now. So 2 up, 2 up. It's going to take a lap or two for me to get the feeling. New tyres. Front brakes 1. So this would be what I would use for, like, say, qualifying. I won't be using it in the race, but if it was a dry qualifying session, or in another event where I knew it would be dry, this is the Coach Dave RO2 file, which is suitable for the PS5 level. RO3s for the new 1.8. And yeah, you can see there I definitely dial back my camber, get lots of drive out of the corners. Coach Dave typically runs quite high camber, and I'm not as much of a fan of it. So a few guys dropped out. Let's have a good one to finish up on.
Going double file.
Let's go. Whipper's gone. No Whipper's there. Stay in our box. It's a tough one coming down the hill because it does like to push the speed up a little bit.
Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Used to this new setup. So Leo's in front, Burra second, no Andy. Whippers off in the wall. Going to let my tyres come up, let these guys scrap. What you got to remember is you'd be on a full formation lap right now. So they can fight all they want, they can cook their tyres if need be. see what we can do here. Tyres are looking good now. Hero wash.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Whoops. I don't know what happened then.
Clear on the left.
Sorry, Burrow Dog. I went to look at the apex and then I felt that we touched. I didn't know that we... Whoops. I don't actually know what happened then. Do I redress? I don't know. I thought I was driving straight. Not used to the setup now. I'll wait for it. Oh no, he's gone. Where's he gone? Oh, fuck. He's had another crash. I'll message him afterwards. I'm gonna have to watch the replay of that, honestly. I don't know what happened. Certainly wasn't intentional, so sorry, bud. Alright, let's get after these larrikins up the front. Boys in the front are driving fast.
First lap of the race, man. Good job. Yellow flag in sector 3. We're halfway through, keep pushing.
Really nice laps by Joker there. 18.6 I saw him do. It's really nice. Now my outright lap record is at 18.1 and I'm on 18.3 Delta time. I'm feeling racy. And that was set back on the PS4 days. And generally speaking, there's a bit of time to be found in the PS5 version, so I'd like to think I could beat my lap time. Probably not on a lap that I just did then. How good is the exit speed on that? He just pulled away from me. Probably wasted a chance to get past him this lap by going so hot then. mind there, Joker. I don't think that was deliberate. Whoop. Got a bit slidey then. That could be my race over for third. By 6.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
Hunt me. Don't think Shermie's finished the race tonight. Not having a good night. Right, let's see if we can go this lap record. Wouldn't mind a 17 these days. I don't think I've talked about the Paul Fryer corner, the corner that I've just gone through then. If you get your right hand side tyres on the curb, you actually get a little bit of slip, and it's good because it acts like a diff and it rotates the car. So you just want to put your tyre on like an inch of the curb.
Leaders on final lap.
Back, Joper.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
What do you call that?
Clear on the left.
Oh, mate. That's gotta be some funniest shit. That's worth a rewatch. Thanks for getting in the way of my fastest lap record. Didn't see Binger much tonight. Have to message him. win by wings. Definitely going to go back and see that by Joper. That was hilarious. And he's sitting 18, so he's got good pace as well.
Great job, man. D2. Bring it back to the pits.
Well done, Leo. Well done, Joper, for the podium. Who's behind us? James Hammond again. Well done. Nice win there. Hope that fills up your sim racing. Saving replay. Let's get back in the garage. Let's just... Binger was 8. Maybe didn't make end of the race. Maybe. Maybe tapped out. It's got young kids. Was actually right here. Wait for it. Oh, it's clearly ahead. It was a dive bomb. Good stuff. Good times. Good times. Awesome. Well, I had fun. I definitely learned something about pressures and running them so low throughout the night. I think it's definitely a worry. You definitely want to be careful of that.
Line. Go, go, go.
Running them so low, you're at the mercy of all the curbs, the bumps. There's a lot of bumps, especially through Eau Rouge, and a lot of high-speed corners where you need that front end. And as soon as your tyre pressures are down at sort of 26.9, you lose all your front end. As you saw, I was running like 2 minutes 20 with lower pressures. So it's doable, and I do aim to do that. But just, think about running slightly hotter pressures for the race start, knowing that it will drop off pretty quickly. But yeah, I hope some of that info has helped you guys in the lead up. Registration's open on the 5th of July. We'll put out some posters and stuff and make sure you're all aware of it. And it's going to be a massive event. It's going to be cool. So really looking forward to having some of you guys along for the ride, definitely. Thanks for watching, and what have we got? Nothing on Tuesday because it's a week off. But yeah, we'll do something for Silverstone in a week's time, so stay tuned for that over the weekend. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.